Hello students, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to add an assignment. Okay, I am logged into this course template I have here and I have turn editing on already. So my links are available in the sections for me to add whatever resources or activities I would like to add. So I am going to add my assignment in the introductory section here. So this means I will click on this link here. And the very top activity is your assignment. So I select assignment and I click add at the bottom. And my assignment settings page will load. Okay, so you give your assignment a name. Alright, I am going to call this one assignment 2. Assignment 2 and Excel. Alright, now this window, the description, is where you will actually give your instructions, your clear instructions regarding what's the assignments. So you can go straight ahead and type, and also you have the option of adding an attachment. So let's say you had this assignment already prepared in Microsoft Word, perhaps. You could have just dragged the attached file here and the students will have access to it. But I am going to actually do both. And instead of typing here, I have an assignment which I have used before. I am going to copy and paste it into that window there. Okay, so I will copy this file, go back to my settings page, which is here, and I paste. Okay, so my assignment is now pasted into this text editor window. Right, so that's the assignment, a clear outline of what the assignment will be. Students will read whenever they click on that link. Right, and since I needed some data, this was an Excel assignment and I needed to provide some data for the students. So I am also going to attach a file with the data. So I have this file here with the necessary data that the students will need. I will just drag and drop it into this attach area. Alright, so there is my PDF data file that they will need for this assignment. Alright, as we move down the settings page, most assignments you would have availability options. So let's say that I want this assignment to be available from today. The default is usually the day when you're creating it. Today is the 24th, and you have due date. Yes, the automatic seem to be like about a week's time. Yes, just about. So I think that's okay. But you can change this once this button is enabled. You can change your due date time. And you also have what is called a cutoff date. If then students will not be allowed to add any more assignments after that particular date. So I'm going to enable this and also make that the same as the due date. So which means that there will be students will not be able to submit any assignments after the 1st of December. So they have just 1 week to do this assignment. Okay, always show description, that's the default. So you can leave that on. Now this is important, your submission type. Now, how do I want them to do this assignment? They actually will be creating a file, yes, so it is file submission in Excel, in Microsoft Excel. and they would submit it into this environment. So you have two options: file submissions and online text. Online text, normally would be used for like essays, if you want them to write the essay right there online. But essays as well could be used in Microsoft, created in Microsoft Word and then submitted as a file. So you will decide whether you want to use online text. Online text could be maybe a short paragraph you want to get some information on from your students. So if you have online text, then you can specify the word limit. And once this is specified, now it is grayed out here now because I do not have online text checked. But once this is checked, you can specify the word limit and students will not be able to exceed that limit. Maximum number of uploaded files. So in this case, it's one file that's already set to 1, but you could change if you would like the students to submit more than 1 files. And there is a submission size for the file as well, a limit. In this case, it's 1 meg. Depending on the nature, you might want to increase this. Actually, 1 meg is the maximum that is set here right now. Right, the administrators can make some changes at the admin level that would allow you to upload larger files. Okay, so we move down the page. You have feedback types. Feedback comments, I normally would use this one so that when I mark the assignments, I could give some comments. Sometimes your file might not require you to give your comments online. It could just be a gradebook related offline text file. So you have offline grading worksheet, and you could also submit feedback files to your students. The comment inline can be useful. If it's online text and this is changed to yes, then you would have the option in the feedback section to actually write your comments like you will normally do when you're working on a hard copy of a student's essay, say, and that you can do that online like with a different color. Submission settings, we move down the line. Require students click submit button. If you have this changed to yes, then the students can keep. If you have it changed to yes, then whenever the student does the assignment and submit, that will be treated as final. But the default is no, which means that the students can have the file in the system if it's online text, and it would still be open for them to decide when they are satisfied that it is the final assignment. Then they would click the submit button, and that would be the final submission of the assignment. Require students to accept a submission statement. Sometimes you have that like a kind of disclaimer to say, to kind of sign that it was done by them. So not to avoid kind of cheating down the road. If they have signed it and then you find out that really it wasn't done by them, you can challenge them. Right? Attempts reopen. Sometimes you might want a student to submit an assignment and you look at it and you give some feedback, and then you would like them still, maybe after you bending backwards, to say, okay, I want you to improve on this, and you can come as the teacher. And if this is set to manual, you have manual or automatically until pass. That's an option as well. So that you grade and they still haven't met the pass mark, they can submit again until they pass. So I would say never here for now. If it is set as never, you can always go in as the teacher and make specific changes for students on an individual basis, which I think is perhaps the better case. Maximum attempts. So if you would like to have them, if you're opening up back, then of course you can give a number of attempts that you would want to allow, and not going further than that limit. Group submission settings. So you can actually have group assignments where like you will just use one submission per group, or you have settings that would require all group members to submit. Sometimes they would all students in the group must verify before the submission is made. So quite powerful features you have here. Sometimes I know you have group assignments and that could be embedded, that could be incorporated into your Moodle assignment as well. Notifications, um, notify graders about submissions. It may not be you only who will be grading, and you might have some assigned graders along with you. And if this is clicked to yes, then they will get notifications. Notify graders about late submissions. Yes, that could be changed to yes as well. And default setting for students is yes. So whenever a grading is done, the default would already be yes for the user to be notified. So as soon as you grade an assignment, the student will get an automatic email to them, to their inbox, telling them that their assignment was graded. Now, grade will be very important because you have to decide how you're going to allocate marks. You have two options: the point, using points, which is what is mostly the case, or you can use the scale option. So I am using point for this one. So this is where you would specify the maximum mark for this assignment. I am going to mark it out of 20. So I change that to 20. Grading method, simple direct grading. You have other options here. You could use a marking guide or a rubric. You can create categories in gradebook, and then if you had done so, then you will be able to select which category this assignment will be placed into. But there are no current categories created in this course, so that would be uncategorized. Blind marking, you do not want to see the name of the students, so you can change that to yes, and you will just mark a random paper not knowing whose it is if you change that to yes. Use marking workflow. You might want your assignment to go through a different number of markers before the final score is released. And if this is changed to yes, then all students will be informed at the same time whenever that decision is made. And you have use marking allocation, so that could be changed as well. Okay, the common module settings are usually okay as is. This course has no groups, so that is what will apply. Save and return to course, and your assignment will be created. Students will now be ready. They will now have access to assignment 2. So let's just see what they will see before we close this video. When students log in and come to this assignment, when they click on it, they are going to be taken to the description. Remember, this was in the description window where I copied and pasted this instructions for this assignment. So all of the instructions will be here, and there you are, the attached file, which was the data that they will use. When they click on this, it will download to their computer, and they will have access to the data that they would use to get this assignment done. Alright, so this is not so important to us. This was just an assignment that I had done in the past before, so I just use it to do these demonstrations. You would see the grading summary here. Remember, I am logged in as a teacher here. The students will not see the same as I am seeing. So I am logged in as the teacher here, so I will see the time remaining for this assignment to be done. As soon as assignments start to come in, this will change the number, so I will see how many assignments are completed and how many assignments need grading. So in the next video, I will show how the grading is done, which is right here. You will start. So I will prepare another short video specifically for grading assignments. Okay, this has been pretty long, so see you then, and I hope you will be able to create your assignments and decide on whatever kinds of settings you would apply to it. Alright, bye bye, see you again then.